I want to lead this off with a basic blanket statement. Look, I'm not a marketing expert, so anything I say in this video is literally strictly coming from a consumer's point of view. With that said though, quit showing me this fucking game, bro. If you've been invested in anime games as long as I have, you've probably noticed the same pattern. A game's announced, it gets one good announcement trailer, then disappears for months. You sprinkle in a couple of teasers for like new characters or features or whatever. Bam, you have like a modern day anime game, or like at the very least the marketing strategy for it. And I mean, it's been like that for Naruto, One Piece, My Hero Academia, One Punch. There's one exception to the rule of anime games and like their advertisements, and I mean, you read the title, you know why we're here. You know, the cynic in me doesn't really get it. Of the popular shonen titles that get releases, Dragon Ball and like the other series related to Dragon Ball need the least amount of exposure. But you know, here we are. People still talk about that one Xenoverse trailer because of the one song. Don't get me wrong, it's an absolute banger, but that's my point. People pay attention to Dragon Ball like no other anime series. So why does it seem like every 2 hours Bandai releases another chunk of Kakarot? Ever since the first DBZ project trailer a couple of E3s ago, I swear to God, they started speedrunning, spoiling their own shit. It's starting to get insane. Gone are the days of like character trailers or announcements of 60 FPS. I forgot that was an announcement. For Kakarot, fuck that though. They're just straight up releasing cutscenes from a lot of like the bigger fights. I get why. It's not another arena fighter, it's not a gacha game, it's a freaking action RPG with the biggest shonen in history on it. I guess they feel like there's risk involved, so they want to pull in as many people as they can with, you know, pretty particles and animations and stuff like that. They want to show the people how good the game can look and how fun it is to play. Here's the problem. The people know, and the people have known for 16 years. The developers behind Kakarot have made good-looking, fun-to-play anime games for as long as a lot of the audience have been anime fans. I'm not here to argue with anybody about how good the Ultimate Ninja games were. We've been there, we've done that, we moved on. There's one point that you can't dispute though. CC2 set the standard for adapting anime to video games. That's why the announcement of their involvement with Kakarot got so many people excited. The fans were going to get to see the studio behind Blurring the Line take a shot at a gateway show that introduced so many of us to the genre. We knew they'd treat Dragon Ball with respect. We trust them to do that, and I think it's the trust that's causing a lot of irritation. We know the game will look fantastic. I'd argue it has the potential to have the best presentation for Dragon Ball in recent years, but it just feels like Bandai doesn't have the same confidence. By trying to draw in players with visuals, they might end up doing the opposite. I mean, if the appeal of your game is how good it looks and you show your potential sales figures every single frame of gameplay, what's left for them to experience when they actually get their hands on it? Hollow the King made a joke in his newest video. I'll link it down below and in the iCard.
If you think for 1 second that I'm going to spend $60 to take a driving test with Post Boy Piccolo and fish with a damn tail, then you're absolutely right.
And I know it's a joke, but I really do think Bandai's starting to count on that at this point. Look, I don't want to give people the wrong idea. This video isn't about the gameplay impressions, the size of the world, quality of the side content they keep bragging about, blah, 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 blah. Truthfully, I'd like to see more of that. I'd feel a lot better seeing extended clips of like the open world. Huh?
Open area.
Oh, yeah, okay, hold on. I'd feel much better seeing extended clips of the open area, right? And how well it all flows together. More of how like the different side activities work, what these soul panel shits actually are. Like there's so much they aren't showing us, and that's my biggest concern. There's never been any doubt about the visuals. We've expected a major overhaul of the typical Dragon Ball depiction, and by all means everything we've seen so far is lining up with that. But there needs to be some sort of balance. We're not going to sit here and play 30+ hours of boss battles. That's not how this works. I don't know, man. The game drops tomorrow and I'm certain it's not going to be perfect. Ironically, editing this video is going to expose me to more footage than I would have looked at willingly. By now, I'm sure there's a ton of gameplay that's been shown on Twitch and YouTube, and I really do hope that there's more worthwhile substance. Personally, I'm optimistic. I know better than to expect sophisticated combat systems or new fascinating lore, no matter how hard they're trying to bait us in with it. I don't think any of us do. I know this feels kind of off topic, but does anybody remember Omega? He was one of the OG Dragon Ball YouTubers who covered the games when they released. I'm talking like this dude had moveset videos for Tenkaichi 3 when the game was new. I remember in all his reviews or comparisons, he always had a grading scale. And one of the biggest things that impacted the score was what he referred to as DBZ-ness. Basically, it was a term referring to how much a game made you feel like a part of the universe. The better it represented the world, the higher the score, if that makes any sense. Like I said, I don't expect anything incredibly layered or deep, but like, if there's one studio that can make a game that tops that DBZ-ness scale, it's definitely CC2. I guess only time will tell. Thankfully, we don't have that much longer to wait. Appreciate you guys coming out and watching. Stay tuned for the little outro. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. Well, this feels different. Like I haven't actually sat down to record an outro segment and honestly ever. So I'm trying to think of what to actually put here, because this is the one part that's not led by any kind of script, so I have to run myself through and make sure I cover everything. So I used several of Hollow's clips from his newest video about Kakarot. Make sure you go check that man out. He's been doing his thing, coming back over the last year or so, and clearly he's been featured in this video, so do me a favor, go follow him if you don't already. Other than that, my links are the same as they have literally always been. I still have my Twitch and I still have my Twitter. Those are down in the description, and yeah. Like I said, I'm way out of practice with this, but this was a lot of fun to do. I put more thought into this than I have anything in quite a while, at least creatively. So I'm actually pretty happy with how this has come out. It's more of a stepping stone to bigger things, but you get what I'm saying. It's a step, and I'm happy to take a step. And I think that's everything. So I'm gonna let this ride. I'll catch y'all, like I said, in the next one. Dead serious. I'll actually be back this time. Promise. Bye, y'all.